Hey y'all, I'm back with my May 2023 reading wrap up. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Books with Kimberly. Don't forget to like, comment, share my channel, and subscribe. Y'all, May was a really good reading month for me. I read a total of 6 books, and I cannot wait to tell you all about them. So let's get right into it. Last month, I told y'all I read Beverly Jenkins, and I enjoyed that book so much that in the month of May, I started off by reading another historical romance novel by Beverly Jenkins, and that book is Rebel: Women Who Dare. I really enjoyed this book. Rebel is about Valinda Lacey and Captain Drake Levesque. Valinda is a school teacher. She's from up north, but she came down south because she is an educated Black woman, and she wants to help the newly emancipated Black people in the community learn to read and to write. And the book starts off kind of sad because her school is destroyed by some soldiers, and she is looking for a new location so that she can teach these students and continue to grow her school. She's also kicked out of her boarding location, and she happens to meet a Captain Levesque. And so the Levesque family really take Valinda in, give her a place to stay. She starts teaching the children, and she starts up a little romance with Captain Drake Levesque himself, who was once a part of the army, but now he is strictly an architect, and he starts to help her by building schools so that she can teach in. There's a lot of drama within this story, which Beverly Jenkins is really good at. I really enjoyed this book. Valinda wasn't that spicy, sassy character that I'm used to when I've been reading some of the books by Beverly Jenkins, but still I enjoyed her innocence, her wanting to learn, her wanting to teach the newly emancipated Black people in the community of New Orleans. And of course, y'all know this book being set in Louisiana touches my heart because I am a Louisiana girl. I thought this book was great. I gave it 5 stars. One of the most heartwarming moments in this book was a character, Miss Delilah. It was very quick, but as Valinda was getting her new school established, there was a Miss Delilah who came, and she was blind, and she was in her late 80s, and she told Valinda, "I'm blind, I'm old, you don't have to worry about teaching me anything. I just want to be in the midst. I just want to be able to listen to other free Black people learning." And that just touched my heart, y'all. I'm getting choked up thinking about it because it just shows how far Black people have come. You have these Black people who are lining up at Valinda's school to get an education, to learn to read and write for themselves, something that was frowned upon, that they would get harshly punished for if found out that they could read or write. It was something that had to be hidden on plantations. It's just a testament of how far Black people have come from not being able to read and write, not being allowed to read and write, to now there are so many Blacks who are in higher education, getting multiple degrees, PhDs, and it's just beautiful to see the growth. I'm just in a moment of fullness because this is the weekend of Juneteenth, which Juneteenth is tomorrow. So yes to Black people, honey, and happy Juneteenth. Happy belated Juneteenth whenever this video is posted. The next 2 books I read in the month of May were a part of my YA Fantasy Book Number 2 challenge, and that is The Bells and the Everlasting Rose by Dhonielle Clayton. If you checked out my update number 1 on how I've been doing with this challenge, you know I finished these 2 books. A little bit about what The Bells and the Everlasting Rose is about. This is a dystopian series that takes place in a land called Orleans, which again, being a Louisiana girl, I love the reference to my state. There, the people have been cursed by the gods. They have gray skin, stringy gray hair. And so the bells are created from another goddess who wanted to help her people bring beauty. And so they set the beauty standards, they set the beauty rules, and they are who bring beauty to the people who are privileged enough to pay for their services. And so this book is about how when a society is built on beauty, how in the wrong hands, the royal family, that could be very detrimental to the society, and how beauty is another thing that leads to a lot of greed. I love the concept of these books. I gave the first one 4 stars because it dragged. The third one dragged even more, so I'm giving it 3 stars. Book number 4 is a romance by Alisha Ray. I've read the first 2 books in this series, and the third book is my favorite so far, and that is First Comes Alike. First Comes Alike was so cute, you guys. I just love this book. So this book is about Gia Ahmad, who is a beauty influencer. That is how she makes her bread and butter. She has a huge following on social media. Gia has been in the DMs of a Bollywood star, Dev Dixit. The book starts off with Gia being fed up with the fact that, look, Dev has moved to the States to start his career in America, and he has not contacted her, not wanting to meet up. So when she finds out that he is going to be a guest at this party in Hollywood, she gets on the guest list and goes to confront him. And when she confronts Dev, she realizes Dev does not know who she is. Y'all, I absolutely love this concept because we hear so much about catfish, but we've never really got into a catfish when you are actually DMing that celebrity's actual Instagram account. It's verified, but other people control his Instagram account, and within that handful of people, one of them is actually the one DMing you and not the actual Bollywood star Dev. She is devastated when she finds this out. First, she goes off on Dev at this party, and he is actually intrigued by Gia. In the midst of getting to the bottom of what happened, the two of them start to hang out, and of course, a real spark is established. I give this book 4 stars. One of the things that really kept me from giving this book 5 stars is that I thought the book already had a great concept, and I just wanted the two of them to really grow that spark that started when she went off on him at the Hollywood party. However, the author goes into Dev needing to be married in order to receive all of his inheritance, and then paparazzi caught Dev and Gia together, and because of their religion, they had to say that they are engaged so that it wouldn't be scandal on the family names. And so it just pushed them and forced them into like an engagement. And as much as I do enjoy a marriage of convenience romance trope, I didn't think this book needed that. Like, I understood it, but I just thought that this book already had a great enough concept that it didn't need you to add this forcefulness, because then that took the story into this, does he really like me, or is he only doing this because he wants his inheritance? And I'm like, no, do you remember those first couple dates y'all went on and there was a spark? I just kind of wanted it to be a story about them naturally gravitating towards each other because of this sort of cute meet that they had at the Hollywood party. Book number 5 was A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Y'all know I have been on a YA fantasy kick, and I am trying hard not to quickly read all of the books on my list in 1 month. So I decided to slide in a new YA fantasy book that's not written by a Black author, but has been on my to be read list for years. Y'all, this book was really good. It is about Feyre, and Feyre is this young girl who's in the woods shooting animals, getting food for her and her family. While she is in the forest hunting, she kills this huge wolf Come to find out, this wolf is not really an animal. It is a part of the Fae court. Tamlin, who is a Fae, he tells Feyre that the law of the land is that she has to lose her life for the life that she took. He gives her an ultimatum that either she lose her life or she has to come and live in Prythian. Now, Prythian is this land that's on the other side of the forest where all the Fae courts live. And so Feyre goes to live with him. Of course, she's attracted to this golden-haired Fae who's strong and can transform into a beast, but then he's this very intriguing man. And a curse happened so that all the Fae in the Spring Court, they have these masks on their face, and she can't really see all of his facial features, but she's still attracted to him. And then Amarantha has made herself this evil queen who is threatening all of the courts if they do not side with her, because she wants this huge war against humans because she hates humans. And so here comes Feyre coming in to save all of the Fae court of the spring, because she does really grow to care about them. I thought this book was really good. It started off really slow and it dragged, but baby, that last third of the book, it was great. It had me on the edge of my seat. It was suspenseful. It was a lot of action. It was challenges. It was her versus Amarantha. It was really, really good. So I give this book 4 stars, and I cannot wait to read book number 2 in the series. The last book I read in the month of May was The Stand-In by Lily Chu. I really enjoyed this book, y'all. This was another book that I really enjoyed the concept. This book is about Gracie Lee. And Gracie Lee, while she is out getting coffee and a muffin, paparazzi starts taking pictures of her because they think she is this Chinese superstar actress, big celebrity Feng Li. Feng Li sees these pictures in the tabloids, and once she realizes that this is not her, but that paparazzi and everybody thinks this is her, she hunts down Gracie and asks Gracie to stand in for her on red carpet events, different parties, because she is tired and needs a mental break. And at first, Gracie is like, no, I'm not doing this. But when she sees the money that Miss Thing is offering, she realizes that she has to take this, and she embarks on this journey of being the stand-in for Feng Li, this superstar. And right by her side is Feng Li's best friend, and he's also a huge celebrity in the Chinese cinema. Samuel starts off being completely against Feng Li using Gracie as this doppelganger to stand in for her. But through all the bickering that him and Gracie do, they start to really like each other. I thought this book was really, really cute. I gave it 4 stars. Only thing that kept me from giving it 5 is that some of the scenes were a little bit repetitive, and I just wanted more. I wanted more quirkiness, more fun. I love these characters. They had me laughing, and I just wanted them to give me more of that humor, that romantic comedy. Y'all, that is it for the books that I read in the month of May. Get down in those comments and let me know what books you read, what books you are reading, and thank you again for tuning in to a Books with Kimberly video.